over.
G'day everyone, I'm back out again, heading the same paddock I was last time. I'm starting off where I made a couple of attempts, some poor attempts at the last few foxes in my Nocpix Nova review video. I'm going to move around the paddocks. It's actually the weather has turned to shit. It wasn't too bad when I left the house, but we've already started getting some spots of rain on my way out here. It's windy, so I'm not expecting it to be a great night, but we'll see what happens. It might be all right. I don't usually come out if it's raining. The last time I did, though, it was a pretty successful night under torchlight. Managed to get 6 foxes that night, and I think I saw another 2 or 3. I'm hoping for some good results, but I think tonight it's going to be a lot of running the Nova on the roof, keeping inside the ute and only getting out when I have to. So yeah, like I said, first night back out since getting the Nova back, and I'm hoping to put it to some good use. But with that rain, I've already noticed, and I'll put some footage in here, that the rain seems to be really fogging up that lens on the Nova, so I'm not liking my chances of using that too much tonight. It is rated to some degree of waterproof. I think it's like IP67 or something. I'll put that in here so there's no confusion. So it's up to the challenge, but it just might be too much for it tonight. So it'll be really testing that in the conditions. So we'll see how it goes. Otherwise, running me Lithgow arms in my Oryx chassis, and I've thrown the green laser on it tonight. So if I do shoot something and I want to go and retrieve it, I can just point and aim with that. But I've also got the green laser in the Nova, so finding my targets shouldn't be too difficult. I've already seen a couple of heat signatures as I've pulled into this paddock. It's a little unclear as to what they are though. Could be some foxes. I did see one in a paddock further down, but that's not where I started because access into that particular paddock from the main road was a bit tricky. So yeah, I'm gonna jump back in the ute, scan around for a bit. I'm just gonna sit here and wait for maybe 15-20 minutes to see if anything comes out before I move on to the next paddock. But yeah, look, fingers crossed it's a good night. Hopefully I've got something good to show you all. And yeah, I'll talk to you through the evening. Enjoy.
Not too sure how the audio is going to come out here, but we'll give it a test anyway. I'm just using my Samsung Galaxy FE S23. I think that's the model of this. But you can see there's all the sheep over there. And like I said, the image isn't too great tonight. I think that is partially because of the mist. So a little annoying, but it is what it is. But right there, just off to the left of the main herd of the sheep, seems to be something. I'm gonna guess that's a wombat though, given by the size of it and the way it's moving. Well, I was saying that just here to the left. Yeah, hold on, let me just slow this down. I think that's the wrong one, but just here in front of the sheep, there is something. There is a heat signature there. It's not moving a lot. It could be a fox, it might not be, but given the lane in which I'm facing that, I'm gonna not be able to take a shot even if it was a fox. I'd have to wait for it to get clear of the sheep. Pretty sure that's sheep in the distance. Another solo heat signature, but I'm pretty sure that's a wombat. There is something just above the LRF there. The remote's a bit jumpy. It does have different speed options, but it's such a pain having to switch from fast to slow. So I usually just tend to keep it on high speed unless I really want to know the range of something. Something I did notice just before, I'll see if I can get to do it again. Getting a good ping on the LRF this evening, 1,234 meters. That's pretty cool. I haven't been able to do this with do those sort of readings with this device in the past, so no, very impressed with that. How accurate it is, I have no idea, but still very cool all the same.
Alright, so I've just been scanning around with the Nova, and there are a few lone heat signatures around, but there is one that I'm particularly interested in. So I'm going to go for a walk, investigate it, but I'm not going to be able to leave the Nova recording because I'm still using my phone, and if I want to do any filming when I get down to whatever this is, hopefully it's a fox. I suppose best case scenario is not a fox, and there's not a fox waiting on the edge of a lambing paddock. So I'm going to go and investigate. I'm going to take the phone with me so there won't be any third perspective footage of me walking through the Nova. So I've just put the laser rangefinder of the Nova pointing in its direction. I'm going to leave it on so I've got an idea of where I'm heading. So yeah, fingers crossed. Let's go see what it is. It's just a wombat. Walked all that way for a wombat. Alright, I've just walked all that way for a wombat. So I'm halfway here now. I do apologise if you can't hear me. It's windy and I keep holding my phone in a dumb direction. But I'm just going to walk up to this fence line that backs onto a paddock that I often see foxes in, and they usually cross over into this one when I can't get them in that paddock. So I'm just going to walk up to that fence line, have a bit of a scan around. Short of there being nothing there, we're going to head back to the ute. We're going to carry on through the property and just scan about and see if we can't find anything. So marching on. Alright, I don't know how long I've been waiting for, but first fox. It's about 300 metres away and he's on the other side of these sheep, so I'm just going to have to hang tight and see if he comes around. And for anyone wondering, my rifle is not loaded. Okay, I don't know what it hasn't given me a reading. Let's try again. Okay, that's definitely not right. I gotta be kidding me, there's two of them now. And there's a fence between me and them. There's a third one way up there too. promise I'm not doing these little add-ins on purpose. It's just more a bit of reflection after watching the footage back as I'm editing it. So the reason why I took this shot, and look, long distances aren't my thing. It's not something that I'd normally do, although I have made a couple of attempts recently. And the reason why I decided to take this particular shot was because just a couple of weeks earlier, I'd made a shot on a rabbit, at 426 meters. I'm pretty sure the footage the LRF said from the ACE, and I must have just missed him. So with that in the back of my mind, I thought I could compensate. Given though that this fox was only just a little bit further away, I thought I could compensate and maybe get him. But what I didn't take into consideration was the wind. So upon reflection, a bit of hindsight, I probably shouldn't have taken the shot. Until I can get out into the paddock and confirm that sort of range and those shots on steel and get a bit more confidence in myself, I don't think I'll be taking those shots again. So just a little bit of food for thought, a little bit of hindsight, a little bit of reflection. Let's keep watching the footage. I'm going to leave how the rest of the night went in because I keep referring to let's go and see if we can find that fox. And if I don't leave it in, and how the night went isn't going to make sense. So let's keep it rolling. Enjoy the rest of the footage. Damn it, I think I might have got him. Alright, so I'm abandoning the ute. I've just shot two... Sorry, just want to make sure I was still recording then. I'm abandoning the ute. I've just shot two foxes. And I've had a shot at a fox that was over 400 meters according to the LRF. And I've got a sneaking suspicion I got it. So I've just taken note of the geographical location of it. I'm going to go for a walk, see if I can't retrieve it. And let's check on these other two foxes. But I'm going to obviously take the rifle with me. Like I said, abandoning the ute. And who knows, there might be some more. There seems to be a few hanging around here now that I've waited patiently. And patience has paid off, definitely. So, definitely 2 down, hopefully 3 down. Let's go find out. Almost wasn't gonna record this fella, he kind of snuck up on me, but I managed to get him. I don't normally like to take shots on the run, but I reached out to Nathan Stewart recently of Edge of the Outback, asked him for some advice on about taking shots on the run because I know he's quite proficient at it, and Nathan's advice was very helpful. And yeah, nice. Don't actually know what this one is yet, I haven't looked. Nice big dog fox. So yeah, right around the lambing pace too. That's awesome. You can see it's starting to drizzle a bit. I think my evening might be cut short, but I really want to get off in that direction, see if I can't find that fourth fox. Best thing I might be better off doing is getting back to the ute and coming for a drive in this paddock and seeing if I can't find it, and then just shooting anything along the way. Alright, I've just gotten back to the ute. It's starting to get very misty, can barely see much through the quest at the moment, unfortunately. So I'm gonna drive over to that paddock where I believe I've just shot a fox over 400 meters away and see if we can't confirm a body. If not, look, it was very unclear whether I hit it or not. So there might be something, there might not. I'd say if there's not, it means that I missed and the fox has gotten away unscathed, which is probably best case scenario for it, because I don't want it to suffer. If I did hit it, hopefully there's a body. So I just got to lock up this paddock. I don't know how good the Nova's going to be right now. We'll open the lens cap up as we get over to that paddock and just see. But I don't think it's going to be of much use right now. Alright everyone, wrapping it up for the evening. Gonna have to do it inside the ute because it's a bit windy outside. So 3 foxes in total. There was no sign of that fourth one that I thought I got at distance, and there's been no other sightings of foxes driving back down through the paddock. So yeah, I'm gonna pack it up. I'm gonna head home and obviously call it a night. So I'll try and get back out again next week. I don't know if I'll get out here. I've got a couple of other properties I've been meaning to get to and I just haven't, so I'll probably be on one of them next time. Yeah, look, it's been a good night. Also been a bad night, and I don't know if anyone picked up on it, but through the footage I've accidentally shot a strand of wire on one of the property fences. So I've just MacGyvered it up this evening with a bit of wire that I found in the paddock, so as to put it back together. But I've sent a message to the farmer and tagged it and let them know, and just said, look, I'm happy to come out and fix it in some daylight if they'd like me to. So these things happen, but I got both the foxes I was shooting at, and I'm just, I'm hindsight glad I only shot one strand of wire. Prefer to have not shot any. It's the first time that's ever happened, so lesson learnt. Pay a little bit more attention if shooting through fences, but ideally try not to shoot through fences at all. Alright guys, thank you to Nocpix for sending out the gear. If you don't already know, Nocpix is sponsoring the channel this year. Well, I just want to also give another special shout out to Tough Gear Hunting in Queanbeyan. They've been supporting me quite a bit recently, and I really appreciate that, guys. And if I can, I'd love to show my support and send some love back to them. So if you're in the market for Nocpix or anything hunting and shooting related, be sure to talk to Chris and the team at Tough Gear Hunting in Queanbeyan. Alright everyone, thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.